Hi everyone! Very big news from the States that I hope will have a massive knock-on effect around the world. The state of Iowa has just removed gender identity from its Civil Rights Act as a protected characteristic. So, gender identity in the bin, goodbye.
And never come back!
Here is a statement from the governor, Kim Reynolds.
Today I'm signing into law a bill that safeguards the rights of women and girls. It's common sense to acknowledge the obvious biological differences between men and women. In fact, it's necessary to secure genuine equal protection for women and girls.
I'm not religious, but I just want to sing hallelujah.
Sing hallelujah!
It's why we have men and women's bathrooms, but not men and women's conference rooms. Girls and boys sports, but not girls math and boys math. Separate men and women's prisons, but not different laws for men and women. It's also why Iowa has enacted laws protecting girls' sports for girls and women's private spaces, like bathrooms and locker rooms.
And that's it. It's just common sense. Men and women are different, and sometimes that really matters, no matter how much these men are supposedly womaning around.
Before I signed this bill, the Civil Rights Code blurred the biological line between the sexes. It has also forced Iowa taxpayers to pay for gender reassignment surgeries, and that's unacceptable to me, and it's unacceptable to most Iowans. The truth is that it simply brings Iowa in line with the federal Civil Rights Code.
The bill also clearly defines sex as male or female, as observed or clinically verified at birth and based on our reproductive system, and requires birth certificates to reflect this. So, if you're a man who wants to get it changed to female, well, you can't.
Sorry.
It also defines mother as a parent who is female and father as a parent who is male. And that any government in Iowa that collects health data needs to do so on the basis of sex. The law will go into effect on the 1st of July.
This is such a significant move away from the constant drive to affirm gender that we've seen over the last couple of decades.
You know I'm a lady, don't you? Ah, you're a flunk.
And how it pisses all over the rights of others. So, hurrah! And if in 2025 you're still claiming that men can be women or that women can have penises...
Can a woman have a penis?
The vast majority of people will have the same gender as their biological sex, but a small number won't.
So a woman can have a penis?
Well, quite clearly.
And that there is no conflict between gender identity rights and those of others. You only show yourself up as someone who can't be trusted about anything else. Now, some people might say, Menno, you're pandering to the right, as they have done in the last couple of months. Look, if the left or the Democrats had started tackling this gender bullshit, I would have been making videos about them. But here we are. I'm just happy that it's finally being dealt with. So, how did we even get here? Cross-dressing, transvestism and transsexualism have been studied since the early 20th century, so especially in the 1910s, the 1920s, different people came up with different theories. It wasn't until 1964 that Robert Stoller, a professor in psychiatry, coined the term gender identity. And ever since, delusions and fetishes have been used as a platform for civil rights and the total deconstruction of sex in policy and law. Then in the 70s and the 80s, different countries started introducing the possibility to legally be recognized as the sex that you are not, but the efforts to code the term gender identity into law, that started in the early 90s and was spearheaded by Phyllis Fry and Martine Rothblatt, two blokes in dresses with magical lady feels.
We are ladies, aren't we?
They're both lawyers and they started plotting about this at the International Conference on Transgender Law and Employment Policy. Rothblatt then authored the first draft of what would later be known as the International Bill of Gender Rights, which was then used as the basis for the Yogyakarta Principles that were launched in 2007. The same year that Iowa, under the Democrats, added gender identity and sexual orientation to the Civil Rights Act 1965. So, gender identity was introduced in 2007 alongside sexual orientation, because they always bundle these things together, piggybacking on the gays. And it's taken 18 years for gender identity to be removed. To be clear, they've kept sexual orientation as a protected characteristic. So, 18 years, but apparently it only took 1 week to do it, which shows that if the political goodwill is there, it can be done pretty quickly. And that's what I'm hoping to see in other states and other countries around the world, because this gender fuckery has gone on way too long. And in the places where it has been coded into law, we now see very clearly what sort of an impact that has on the rights, particularly of women and homosexuals. In Australia, gender identity was added in 2013 to the Sex Discrimination Act. And because of that, women have no legal leg to stand on, as we've seen from the Tickle versus Giggle judgment.
I am a woman. End of story.
And when the Lesbian Action Group was told that no, they cannot have public lesbian-only events if they don't let men in who claim to be lesbians without breaking the law. In the Netherlands, gender identity was added to the Anti-Discrimination Act in 2019, which again means that women there and homosexuals there have no leg to stand on. In Ireland, it was included in the Hate Crime Bill 2022, which was approved last year, and where gender is defined as gender is gender is gender is gender is gender. And how many genders even are there? In 2014, Facebook offered up 71 genders.
In 2016, the New York City Commission on Human Rights released a list of, well, only 31 gender identities. Bigots.
The BBC used a kids show for, 9 to 12-year-olds to say that there were over 100 gender identities.
Do you know there are so many gender identities? So we know we've got male and female, but there are over 100, if not more, gender identities now.
Whatever.
And last year, Irish Senator Sharon Keegan read out a whole list of gender identities, including
agender, ambigender, agender flux, angel gender, chaos gender, clown gender, shimmer gender, sinister gender, sky gender, spirit gender, splash gender, splendor gender.
It took her 25 minutes. Codifying all this crap into law is nothing but legal lunacy. So I'm so happy to see a change here and it just being dumped, taken out, ditched. Thank you. As per usual, the reaction from the gender clowns has been very reasonable and measured.
Come get me, asshole! You're a fucking Nazi! You're a fucking asshole!
When I posted about this on Twitter yesterday, then straight away some gender clowns came up and they were like, oh, they'll be coming for the gays next, they'll be coming for the gays.
I hope you're fine with the blood of trans children on your hands, because it will be the blood of gay children next.
And apparently there's already 9 different states in the US where they're now trying to get rid of gay marriage or equal marriage. But there's always been people who strongly disagree with the idea that 2 men or 2 women can get married, and they think that that was, what caused all of this madness in the first place, which is completely wrong. But anyways, they've never gone away, and I guess they're just feeling much more emboldened now to get rid of it because of all the transgender madness. And it's not like, me and other gays going around saying, yes, lesbians have penises, would have stopped them from doing so anyway. So, thanks, gender clowns. So this was just a quick one for me. I just wanted to share the good news, and I hope that, it gives people some hope, even in those places where it's so ingrained in the law and where it's going to take a hell of an effort to turn it around. I hope that this, does give you some hope. Okay, that's it from me. Please like this video, leave a comment. If you don't know what to say, just go bye-bye gender identity. Subscribe if you can. I'm about to hit 30k, so let's make that happen over the next couple of days. And if you want to support my channel, then you can do so via Patreon, sending me some love via PayPal, or, give me a tip here on YouTube using Super Thanks. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.
It's common sense to acknowledge the obvious biological differences between men and women. In fact, it's necessary to secure genuine equal protection for women and girls.
Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to my PayPal and Patreon supporters. Because of you, I can make videos like this. Special shout out to my big spenders. Helper Open, Mama Turv and the Turventines, me Julie, the lovely Mary, Julia, Dusty, Doodles, Leffy, Dorothy, Wildfire, Esther, and Martha. Thank you.
It's common sense